back again, and in this episode we are going to cover part two of the what to talk about on your first date. So in the last video, if you haven't seen it already, we discussed a bit about how to be on the date, and in this one we're going to discuss a few questions that you can ask and make sure that the conversation flows. So, question one.
Question one. What is the best trip you've ever been on? It doesn't matter what year, it doesn't matter how often you've been on holidays, it doesn't matter, you could have been 5 when you went on it, it doesn't matter. Everyone's been on a trip. Mate, most people have been on a trip in their life. So what's the best one you've been on? And if she turns on and is like, oh, I've never been out of the country, I've never been on a trip. Okay, cool, that's the conversation. Why the hell have you never been on a trip?
Why have you never experienced life? Why have you never been on a plane? And if she says her best trip was to Blackpool, you have to really question her.
Well, no, you can't judge. Don't judge.
I'm not gonna lie.
If the best trip was to Blackpool, and I love you guys in Blackpool, by the way.
I've never been, so
just find out why. Find out why, and see what it was that excited her about Blackpool and really got her interest going. And then from there, you can extrapolate to other things she likes. And why am I doing this?
If she does say Blackpool, please let me know. It might encourage me to go at some point.
Yeah, I love you, Blackpool. Guys, Blackpool. No disrespect.
No disrespect, I've just never been there.
Question 2, okay, cool. This one would probably be my best one because I love this so much. What is the greatest song of all time?
Yeah. So it doesn't even have to be greatest song, kind of greatest movie.
Yeah,
what's your greatest album?
TV show.
Yeah.
Like, what's the best one of all time? So then, because here's where people be like, oh man, I've never thought of this other.
And make it something different, because I think the general question may be, what's your favorite song or who's your favorite artist. If you ask what's your favorite album, someone has to think about a body of work. They have to really think about why that is, rather than just a song. So
and
something like that.
You can go back and forth, and this is the thing. If the genre is common ground, then oh man, that's open for debate all day long.
And if you both love the artist, you could be like, but I preferred that album over that one. Like,
there you go.
Which would you think made it? And then
And if it's not common ground, if you've never heard of the album, if it's say rock and roll and you're into more like R&B, soul or hip hop, then that's something you can go and try and maybe listen to. And be like, oh, let me listen to that album you was talking about. Let me just see what it's saying, because chances are, if you're not into that, you probably never even heard that album. It may be great.
Hopefully you have Apple Music or Spotify or something, so you can download that for free. If you don't like it, get rid of it.
This is it. So
go and listen to it. Find that common ground. You never know.
Definitely. So what's the greatest song of all time? Okay, cool. You think that's the best? Okay, cool. Or tell me why. Why do you like it so much? Okay, cool. Tell me some memories about it. Whatever. Question 3. If you had the day off tomorrow, what would you do?
And that really lets you know what somebody enjoys doing in their spare time.
Yeah.
And if they're actually on the same page as you. Imagine she says, I just want to, stay in my house and read all day, or stay in bed. And whereas you're the type of person, if you have that day off, you want to jump on a Boris bike and, explore London.
Yeah.
You will find ways to just understand what she likes, and then also if it's something that you may like, make sure that you guys find a day off and do it together.
Yeah, I mean, and look, essentially, that's
do it together.
Look, that's what first dates are all about. Like, the questions aren't simply just to be talking, just to get you both talking, so you can learn stuff about each other. And at the end of the day, as much as she's learning things about you and you want to tell her about yourself, you want to learn things about her. And if there's a match between that conversation, bingo. If there's not, then you both know that it's not going to work. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that simple, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Question number 4. What is the most exciting thing you have coming up?
Yeah. So again, this shows you not only what she likes to do and what she wants to do, but what she's actually doing.
Yeah.
And lets you again get a scope into her mind frame and where she's at, what type of things she's got planning in the future, and just help you to understand her to that deeper level. Yeah,
I mean, also it helps you to see what matters to her the most, or not the most, but really matters to her. Like, okay, cool, this is exciting, it's coming up, this is how she sees it. Look at how she reacts, look at how she talks about it. I mean, and then you can really get a good insight, I think.
Yeah.
Into what
if she's like, I've got a Spartan race coming up, you know, you best get in the gym because she's
Yeah, for real.
she's on that.
This is not a great opportunity after asking this question for you to share what you would do, right? And more than likely she's going to reciprocate that question, because that's just one of those questions that I think is great for sharing.
So it's a conversation. It's not an interview. It's not a question and answer session. It's to spark, you know, that common ground and just really, really get to know each other. Especially if you are having those awkward moments.
Yeah.
Then these questions will really just ignite the conversation again, and then it will flow from there.
That's exactly what it's all about. What he just said is it ignites the conversation. So it is not an interview. It's not like, okay, cool, question 1, boom, question 2, boom, question 3.
Don't bring out a piece of paper or it written in your phone. Like, they've also got to look like they come off their head. Like, actually, I've got an interesting question for you. Tell me about...
And let the conversation flow off that. Just keep going, and then when it comes to a point where you may want to throw out another question in, chuck it in there. You know what I mean? But don't have like 20 questions. That's just silly. Like, have 3 or 4, and then from 3 or 4 questions, just have a big.
That's it.
Have a big conversation been going. So
these type of questions can't help your date go smoothly and have interaction. Then there's something fundamental missing.
Nothing's going to help, to be honest. Question 4, which is a juicy one. What do you hate most about first dates?
And hopefully it's not something that you've just done.
Oh, even if it is, that's just an opportunity for the banter to start kicking off. Like, oh, snap. I hate people that chew loudly.
I know. Yeah. And I would have been like, see, my comeback to that would have been like, yeah, I hate it too, so I just wanted to see if you hated it. I wanted to see how long it's going to take to get on your nerves.
This is the thing. I think that last question is just like a loaded one. That is a loaded one. So like, you can get some good laughs off that one if it goes well. I mean, if the date's going smoothly, that can be nice.
And if it's not going well, that is also an indication to let you know. You know.
Oh man, could you imagine she just starts going in like, what I don't like is people turning up late, which you did. I don't like people who wear trainers with their suits, which you're. I don't know, like
we don't like that.
Yeah, so like, but either way, look, these are just some questions to spark the creative juices going. So try and get very creative with your questions. Open questions that don't allow her to say yes, no, one word answers. Very open and creative questions that allow her to openly express herself and just start talking. Let it flow. And when she talks, number 1 from the last video, part 1, be interested in what she's saying and listen. That's it.
I think that's
I'm
it.
done. No more questions.
I'm sure there's plenty more questions.
There's more,
but we're not the gurus on this.
No, we're just gonna give you 4. That's it.
Yeah. And then take it and run with it. Improve on it. Let us know what you think. Even let us know in the comments, what question have you asked that really got a conversation ignited on your first date, that was really off the cuff, really out there. So as always, guys, share this video, make sure all your friends know about it, and tell them to subscribe to, like, and leave a comment. Follow us on our social media pages, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on YouTube. Send any questions that you may have over to ask@mortsandmore.com. Until next time.
Try and find common ground, and there's where you spend the most time. Right? What do you reckon of that?
So if figure skate.
I can't even remember now.
He's stumbling. He's already choking. He's not even on the date, and he's choking.
Okay, so
that was really off the cuff, really out there. Be interested to know.
Get it? Off the cuff. Yes. I wonder how many more you've got up your sleeve. I'm joking. Like, this stuff really doesn't suit me, but anyway. You know, it's starting to wet.
We're done.
Oh my god, I've got a vested interest in stuff. But
anyway, I couldn't think of anything smart. You killed it all.